Pound.
In a world,
Get the hell up!
where Carolina Panthers fans
Anthony from Charlotte, keep motherfucking pounding.
have an insatiable thirst
I need to see a lot more of that shit going forward.
for Panthers news and opinions.
All my C3 brethren from the C3 Legion.
Only one podcast roars ferociously.
The longest running Panthers podcast on the internet.
It's the C3 Panthers Podcast.
Oh, Greg, I owe y'all $100, man.
Panthers minicamp, mandatory minicamp, began today. A scare with XL's foot. And, guys, did you know that the Panthers 2025 Glo-UP is happening? That's bananas, as the Savannah Bananas came to Charlotte, and we got to see the legends go bananas. Boy, it's going to be bananas tonight on the C3 Panthers Podcast. That's right. You're listening to the longest running Panthers podcast around on the internet each and every Tuesday night. We chop it up at 9 p.m. The latest Panthers news and opinions. And I do it with my wheelman, my brother, Cody Lack. Good be back with you.
Yeah, good to be back with you, brother. Look, man, there is nowhere I'd rather be on a Tuesday night than sitting here with my boys talking Panthers football, dude. There's always new rumors floating around this team. Yair Alexander, the hometown kid, is a name on the tip of everyone's tongue. Dave Canales even addressed the depth of the defensive back room, whether or not we would be interested. And how about the Savannah Bananas? I was not even aware of who they were.
Really? It's so fun.
And then I realized that, they're the Harlem Globetrotters of Major League Baseball, right? Or baseball.
Or baseball, yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
Whatever.
packed the stadium. Do we have a full show tonight? Bryce Young and J.C. Horn getting chippy at OTAs. Bro, full show. And we're going to do it with the best damn Panther fans in all of YouTube. It's the brand ambassador, Diesel Skills, C3 Doug, Jake the Snake, what's up, brother? Cody C13, Harvey London, John B. Jenkins, Michael Wydrick, Tim Estes, Tony Dunn. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, brother. Let's roll.
The number is 252-228-5098. That's 252-228-5098. I think I saw Panthers drafter in the chat. That would be Mel Mayock. Well, hey, bro. Hey, brother. How you doing? I hope all is well.
Repost.
We have a lot of fun things to talk about outside of, it's football related, dovetail related. We got a lot of XL with the GloRilla. That's where the Glo-UP came from, right? XL has just been slaying everywhere off the field, but also on the field from all reports, according to, you just named, who's the guy? Mailbag, Panthers.com.
Darren Gant.
Darren Gant, right? So it's not just off the field, but I have been so busy trying to keep up with major, like all sports as well, but moving, all these different things. And today was the first time I saw the XL video of him at a hockey game. We have to watch this. Today was the first time, and I bet because I was too busy watching actual hockey. Oh my God, seeing somebody, it is amazing to see that. So fun. There's a lot of great things to talk about on and off the field. Real football, actually, CK.
Yes,
or maybe barely real football. But, guys, we have football news, not only in Carolina, but around the league. Good to have you back on the sticks, my friend.
Man, always happy to be here. And like you said, actually having even semblance of any semblance of actual football to talk about is a positive in my mind. So, I'm just happy to be here with you fellas, chopping that up. And hey, listen, I'm always down for speculating about if we can get some high quality free agents that might have just recently become available. So we'll see what goes on.
Big shout out to Tyler Jones, a C3 super member for 32 months. That's incredible. Thank you, Tyler, for $1.99 a month. You can help continue to grow this podcast. We've got some big stick around, guys. We got some historic Panther merchandise straight from the stadium, ripped off the walls in a riot. No, not in a riot. It's been salvaged. But we've got some historic memorabilia. Right, I'll just hold it up real quick that we are giving away next Tuesday. This is a metal, look, a big glare, metal logo that I ripped off the wall. No, I didn't. Salvage from Bank of America. Historic, actual merchandise for paraphernalia. I always say when I feel like paraphernalia, the police are going to swoop in. But memorabilia that you can win. Plus, it's coming in a gift bag. It's coming with other Panther swag. Next Tuesday night, we're giving it away. The third Tuesday every month for the entire season, we're going to be doing a giveaway on the C3 Panthers podcast. Go to our Twitter. In fact, I'm going to post it in just a second once I can actually get on the keyboard right here and off the mic. But if you go to my Twitter, it's pinned on @cat_chronicles. The way to really win this is to be subscribed to the YouTube channel. It gives you bonus points, bonus entries for being subscribed to the YouTube channel, right? We need more entries. You can like, repost, share. It's your opportunity to get swag. We're going to be doing it every third Tuesday. So stick around and find out. There you go. Look at that. Win a rare Metal Panthers logo salvage from Bank of America. Plus the swag bag packed with fan gear. Follow, like, repost, subscribe. You get a lot of extra entries, guys. That is bananas. BANANAS. That's bananas. Guys, you can help us continue to grow by telling a friend, being a friend, all of that. Cody, let's jump into tonight's show. The Panthers 2025 Glo-UP. That's bananas. Wow.
Yes, sir. Also, thank you to Kristen Butler for the 23 mods. Thank you to Kristen. And also, by the way, follow us on kick.com.
Oh, we need this.
Yeah, C3 Panthers Pod. The moment that we get to 20 followers, they let you monetize. It's the lowest level to monetization, but they are awesome over there. They're one of the big new streaming platforms. So C3 Panthers Pod on kick.com helps us out tremendously. Yeah, Tony, let's jump into this, man. So as you mentioned, the Panthers are out there training, doing their thing. And we had a bit of a scare today as Xavier Leggett came up hobbling, seemed to have maybe hurt a hamstring or something. It later went on to say that he was okay. He checked out to be clear. But this already has people talking, is it doing too much? Is it not prepared enough? Is his body not capable to hold up to the demands that his offseason schedule has put on him? People were freaking out about this today on the timeline. What did y'all think about it?
Is him? Hold on, guy. Why is he with too many demands?
It's just talking about the fact that he's doing like the Canes. He went to the Derby. His
doing things, living.
Yes, that's basically what they're saying.
I don't understand this part. I just don't understand this. Like, you got Stephon Diggs out there potentially passing off Molly or whatever to other people, this and that. And my man is really going to a hockey game that's over by 11, a playoff hockey game.
Right.
Doing too much. What else are you supposed to be doing? You're not supposed to be getting in trouble. You're not supposed to be getting injured. He's not. He went to a hockey game. It's wonderful. I felt like we should almost watch it now. Cody, your thoughts on or whatever. Like, what is he doing that is too much?
Well, I was trying to find the video. It's not too much, Tony. It's more of an optics thing. There is a contingent of Panther fans that are tired of seeing Xavier Leggett out and around, having fun, living his life in the offseason after they hold a bunch of really bad drops against him. That happened last year. Hey, that's not me, man. Your beef is with them. To me, everything I see about Xavier, it heartens me to him even more. I think he's an awesome
Yes.
personality. I love that he's doing things. But
He's
shout
kind
out,
of a goofball too.
yeah, dude, I love him. He's a people person. And but C-Dog, 1983, he was going off about it. There's a few Panther fans that, especially on Twitter, and I know that Twitter is a minority of Panther fans, but it's also
No, there's always going to be this group of people because
Right.
that's all they see them as. But and to those people, like if we sat down and had a beer or had a cup of coffee and talked with them, is that you can't, even if you're the most dedicated to your work and your craft, whatever it is, you have to have moments where you're not that, right? Like you have to have moments. Like, how about this? Imagine if he was a family man, right? Like a Greg Olson or something. Would they be like, oh my God, he's taking family pictures on a Tuesday with his family and appreciating his kids instead of working out and being fully committed? So it's just like, I don't know. I think it's kind of bogus, right? I don't know. That's what I would say to any single person is that you can be work, dedicated to your craft. You could be a workaholic, but you still need to maybe, I'm Catholic, go to mass on Sundays or go to the gym occasionally or go meditate. Like you can't, it's impossible. And this is just the internet. That's all it is. It's not even real people. It's not people even being people, Cody. Yeah. It's just them being internet people.
Yeah. And then when you have things like this, Xavier Leggett being in the brand new GloRilla video for her song Typa, which we will not be reading the lyrics, at least not all of them. But I mean, you know,
that bad.
Well, except for well, there's a certain lyric, you know, if you can put two and two together on that one. But it's
country ass got it out in the mud.
Type of yeah. But anyway, man, dude, it's
stacking that pape.
Yeah, type of. Anyway, I don't know if I have the capacity to explain GloRilla to you tonight because I'm not a super fan of myself. But this is also the type of thing where people see him doing stuff like this, and it's just like, oh, why aren't you on the jugs machine? Why aren't you out there running routes?
He looks like he is on the jugs machine to me.
Yeah, man. I don't know. CK, did you see the video? Is it your favorite song?
I didn't watch the video, to be honest with you.
Come
on. I haven't either.
It.
I just learned about all of this today. I was late to the party. Thanks to Panther Gal 73. Shout out to my big kid. Graduation Friday.
Woo! Shout out.
Congrats
to Panther Gal.
Graduations mean a bigger hill to climb next, sadly. That's what I always think of.
Yeah,
I graduated, I'm like, oh God, now I got to go climb a different mountain. I wish I was back in college myself. That's why I'm a teacher, man. Never want to leave college. All right, so look, XL look cool. Nirvash, look, see, one C3 love bomb begats another C3 love bomb. Nirvash, $10 love bomb right here. It's about perception of Leggett doing this stuff juxtaposed with him having a mediocre rookie year. Some would argue he's acting like a celebrity or superstar and hasn't earned it.
That's a very well summarized comment about all the criticism that he's receiving. That he's acting above his pay grade, and he has not yet earned the right to act like a superstar wide receiver.
Well, all right. So this is where I'm with Sideshow. He says his rookie year really wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't.
You know, I mean, the last pick in the first round still had 6 touchdowns, 700 yards or something like that. He's not acting like a superstar based on his football performance. His wonderful personality has made him a celebrity, though. He is a celebrity not just because of football, but because he's so endearing. And don't get it twisted. You don't think the Panthers lean into this when they are, or Sheena Quick or all them when they're like talking about him eating coon or whatever it is. People eat it up.
They do, man. Look, he's such a different personality. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. And then we're gonna play the clip of him at the Canes game. But dude, the dude is having so much fun. Like,
he seems like a person you want
to hang out with and to know. Yeah,
to know.
By the way, this is the video of him kind of coming up hobbling on one of those routes. This is from Nick Carboni, and he just sort of kind of came up limping a little bit. So then when you add all that stuff that Nirvash just mentioned, and, you know, he's kind of does have the injury thing. He had a surgery. Remember, we were all thinking that he was going to get a surgery on his hand. That never happened. So it's like some of these things are starting to add up. And one of the things I always say, Tony, it's prove it season. It's prove it season. It's time for everyone to go out there and put their money where their mouth is and ball out. Because if you love him, if you love what he's doing, or if you hate what he's doing, if he fumbles a bunch this year and if he's dropping passes, all this is going to look even worse on him.
You know what? And you know what I would say is, if I'm XL, that's like, why wouldn't you do this exactly when the iron's hot? Right? Like, it's like, you shouldn't be like, oh, I'm not going to. Imagine if you said, oh, don't take that commercial right now. You had too many drops. You need to be focusing on this. Is that he could be out of. I mean, I truly believe he's good. I believe in him. I am not one of them people that think that he had a bad year even.
Right.
I was heartened by the season he had on a terrible fucking team. Now, I mean, there's some other things I wish he could have. I wanted him to do. Like, I wanted him to mash a DB and run after the catch a little bit more. Like, I wanted to see one of those standout plays. But this is all optics. That's all everything is like his season, his rookie season was just optics. People aren't really looking about what his rookie season was. Right. They're just looking at the optics of some drops. They're not really looking at him. Like, he seems like a genuinely solid dude who is committed, who takes accountability all the time. And I would think I would tell you, if I'm his agent or anybody, you'd be foolish to pass up on any of this shit while your stock is in. You had one fan said a mediocre season, and you're on GloRilla's fucking video. You better take it, because what happens when you out the league? You ain't gonna be on no videos.
It's such a dumb thought that this dude. I mean, here's the thing: they are not going to be playing football 100% of the time. There's an entire reason behind these guys having negotiated the deal that they did regarding the collective bargaining when they were trying to get OTAs and all that stuff. That's why so many of those things are considered voluntary and what have you. So I mean, the idea that these guys can't have, let's be real about it. You go ahead and just don't take a vacation. Don't take any fun though. Don't take any PTO whatsoever from work to spend time with family or enjoy yourself or have any type of work-life balance whatsoever. You know what? I'm just going to only focus on football 100% of the time. There isn't a single player in the entire history of the NFL that is focused 100% on football the entirety of their entire career and never once focused on anything else. So it's just a foolish idea that Xavier Legette has to be somehow held to a different standard because they saw him drop one ball in the Eagles game that they thought could have been the game winner.
Yeah, if he would have caught that or had that optic play, then it's like, look at this guy. He's a star. He is a star. Yeah. And then can we pull up the Canes video real quick?
Bro, I'm ahead of you, brother. I'm ahead of you, man.
Because I want to say this, is that if you caught me at a Canes game, look, this mug's on his phone the whole time. Is he smashing beers?
Dude, there's no way you're having more fun than Xavier Legette.
I love this. It's like somebody seeing like space for the first time or something.
Yeah. So let's check it out. This is Xavier Legette Was this the
Wonder who
last
he's
game?
talking to.
Was this the last? Oh, and did y'all see the video of him? He was live streaming and he was talking to a dude on the phone who sounded exactly like him. The same accent, same everything. Okay, I'll see if I can find
his uncle or some shit.
I'll see if I can find that here in a minute. But this is Xavier at the Kings game. Oh, hold up.
This shit's awesome.
You ain't tell me the hockey
Can y'all not
ball's
hear
so
this?
flying over here, man. Oh,
Yeah, I can hear.
oh, boy, these folks going crazy, boy. Hey, yeah, they doing that thing. Boy, he got down there clothesline, boy, right in front of me, boy. What's my boy name from OKC?
Chat, can y'all hear this? Because it's not coming through on
I
mine.
can hear it. I can hear it.
I can hear it.
Hell no. This my first time seeing this, boy. Oh, boy. God, I got scared.
It's wholesome. This is wholesome.
Dude, I love this so much.
Yeah. I ain't knowing you like this, boy. My back. Damn.
That's somebody that lives better than I do. That just goes and experiences life.
No! Hell no! Hell no! Come on, Kynes. Come on, Mike. Come on.
Just a little defense, Kane. Come on now.
Come on, now.
Just a little defense.
Little defense. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be back to one of these, boy.
Hey, man, my man just having fun.
Yeah, but
Man, he's having wholesome fun. He ain't
Like-
getting crunk. I
Dude,
drink
that's like
damn,
a-
7 drinks doing this.
that's like a kid in a candy store type of fun, man. Like that, you'll never have your first experience more than once. That'll be his first experience going to a Kings game, and he seems like he had an awesome time. Yeah, man, I guess he's a hockey fan now.
I am just had a great time. I like this is that if you've taken someone to see a hockey game who has never seen one before, it's very hard. It's like a difficult sport to I won't say difficult sport to explain, but yeah, it kind of is. There's like, what is offsides? Like, why you got to get the puck across before everybody else? Kind of like soccer. I never understood offsides with soccer, and somebody says kind of like hockey, and then it made a little bit of sense. But like the fact that he was upset, like he seemed like actually knew what was going on. The other team was scoring. He was disappointed. They were excited. Like they almost had it. He's acting the right way. He wasn't just like, what the hell is this game? And he was just enjoying his good time. And the fact that anybody could be critical of that is worthy of an ice up to me.
Yeah, man, we're all pulling for XL to have a huge year.
Yeah. All right, what we got next?
All right, man. So next up on the docket. So this is what really had a lot of Panther fans buzzing the past couple of days. Jair Alexander, released by the Packers, is now a free agent. And of course, there's a bunch of teams that are in talk to pick him up. Joe Person says Dan Morgan, the Panthers general manager, and the team's other decision makers should probably proceed with caution with Alexander, who has played more than 7 games only once over the past 4 seasons. The Panthers dealt with injury history with J.C. Horn and decided to pay him after he changed his offseason regimen and stayed healthy in 2024. With the money they have tied up in Horn, who was briefly the highest paid defensive back in the NFL history, it's hard to envision the Panthers shelling out another lucrative contract at the position. Perhaps Alexander's health history forces him to take a year or a prove-it deal. Now, Tony, we both know whenever these name players drop, the Panthers are normally never in the running for it. However, it does seem as though this would be a perfect thing for Carolina. He's from He's literally from the Carolinas. He calls this place his home. He is an all pro level player when he is healthy. And as the article pointed out, he might not be that expensive. Dave Canales today was asked about this, about the potential of signing more players to the backfield. And this is what Dave Canales had to say.
Know that for sure, but we're always open to the chance of just bringing great players in here to create that competition. So I wouldn't say no, but right now we have to take all the information in, and I'm sure those conversations will happen just to kind of see, like, what are they looking for? You know, it's got to be the right fit for both sides, and so those are all things that we'd be open to.
All right, Tony, CK, talk to me.
It's kind of a, I won't say a double-edged sword. It's just, I don't know. How does it cut? Yeah. For me, is like, one, are you signing him to a multi-year deal? You signing him to a 1-year deal? One question I have. The other thing that for me, and maybe I'm just a sucker for a good story, but I think Mike Jackson has been a boss. Like, to me, I feel okay with J.C. Horn and Mike Jackson as our corners. The problem is what happens when one of those guys go down. What I didn't like, or I won't say I didn't like, but what made this emotionally complicated for me today was it was like, oh, here's Jair. Somebody had a meme of Jair. We signed them, and it's dragging Mike Jackson to the slot, and it was like a cartoon or something. And I was like, man, I felt like I thought it was funny. Like, I understood what the meme or the joke was, but I thought, I ain't disrespecting Mike Jackson, man. Like, this dude came up here and played ball. Like, I like this dude. Like, I like him. For me, my thing is I want, we don't have any depth behind these guys, but then you come in here and you automatically replace. I don't know. That's the only thing I have with this is, like, you can't clap about Mike Jackson and our whatever and then toss them to the wayside, I guess. So, I mean, look, is adding good players makes your team better. Yeah. But I don't all of a sudden think that this shit's on Mike Jackson to me. Like, I'm not ready to say, look, oh, I thought Mike Jackson was the best fucking corner on the damn team last year. And I know that's crazy to say.
Well, keep in mind, too, we have that nickel corner position. And I'm of the mindset that if we didn't do this, it's because of this guy. Chao Smith-Wade has really had a good rookie minicamp. He's looking faster, stronger. I mean, just really looking strong. And dude, he was a player that the Panthers were very high on when they drafted him. He had an incredible Senior Bowl performance last year, and he's really doing this thing. J.C. Horn said of Chao Smith-Wade that he's become one of the most impressive players this offseason. He's lining up everywhere, making a lot of plays. He says he's proud of them. So, to me, if they don't sign Jair Alexander, it's because they believe in a player like Chao Smith-Wade. However, if I'm being honest, if you're Dan, you have to make the phone call.
Yeah.
Why not at least see what he's looking for? See if you can have a happy medium of what you would want. And, I mean, dude, we had the worst defense statistically ever last year. We led up the most points of any NFL defense ever. Like, the more weapons, the better. And if he wants to be here in Carolina, like this is
adding good players never hurts your team.
This is one of the few times where I think him being from Charlotte will help us to bring him here.
And he's got a prove it situation going on. So I do think that we would get him on a pretty a pretty reasonable deal because there's nobody who is going to pay him the guarantees that he had in Green Bay. Let's just be real.
I also like him CK far better than Jalen Ramsey. Like as in not just as a player. I'm not saying like player for player, but like what it would cost, what it would mean, all of that. You know, is Jalen Ramsey like how much would you have to suck? Like, I don't know, but I promise you it would be a lot less than Jalen Ramsey.
I mean, it feels that. Well, Jalen Ramsey, you'd have to trade for his contract.
Yeah, and that comes with all, like, not all the guaranteed money, but yeah, it comes with the all of these big things. So yes, it's like, what can you get him for, and all of those.
But remember, we put him in our presentation a couple of weeks ago when he was a trade candidate of somebody that we might want to go out and trade for. Now that they cut him, it just made it even more interesting and leveled the playing field for a lot of teams to talk to him.
And I will tell you this, is that I think playing corner in the NFL is the most athletic spot out of all the position groups in the NFL. Like, the idea, I want anybody to go backpedal for 8 yards. I ask every single person on this, but that's listening to this podcast, you go outside and backpedal for 8 yards and then do it again in 40 seconds and do it again in 40 seconds. It's like the hardest athletic. I'm not athletic, but I'm exercise. And every time I be at backpedal, I'm like, Jesus, these DBs are badass motherfuckers. That's what I think in my head every time. And then do some hip twists in there and see what you get. That shit hard as fuck. You know what? I say this. They should pay all defensive backs more money and send this video to every defensive back that's ever played for Carolina so we can get them on the podcast. Every defensive back should be paid more because they backpedal all damn day.
It's like most people will say that it's probably the most physically, you have to be the most physically gifted to play DB.
Yeah, you got to be a basketball player.
Yeah, but and think of it too, like the best wide receivers, they're running in a straight line, running routes, but you have to be able to mirror. You have to be able to stay in their hip pocket. That's a different type of athleticism.
You got to be like aware.
Yeah. Yes.
It's for me, the way that I look at it is we did just pay JC Horn because he was healthy for an entire season and he played at a high level. But we can't ignore the fact that he has injury history as well. Now, I know that might make you think, well, why would we get 2 injury-prone cornerbacks? But I think having any ability to have a backup or any depth at the position, I think is incredibly valuable, especially given the current situation that we have regarding that.
Shout out to these great fans. Somebody said in the chat that Mike Jackson played a lot of slot corner in Seattle, so that's a good point. Like, it's not.
Shout out Brandon Malone,
and also shout out to brand ambassador C-Dog 1983 TV, C3 Panthers Podcast, longest running Panthers podcast on YouTube. Anyways, you get it. We don't miss a beat, bro. We don't miss a beat. We don't miss it because we just love hanging out with y'all. Cody, what's next?
Yeah, man. So moving forward into the show, we're moving at a pretty good pace here too. We can take some calls soon. But Adam Thielen, Adam Thielen, shout out to Adam. He's been one of the more vocal members of the Panthers locker room really over the past few years. We've talked about him talking about the training facilities, a bunch of different issues that he's weighed in on. But he's really implementing this standard like, hey, man, we're tired of being a bottom feeder football team. Like, the vibes are different this year. And he's saying it, man. Like, it feels different this year. There's an edge to these players. There's an edge to the team. And they're all sort of feeding off of each other. And Adam Thielen, dude, shout out to Adam. He's been a consummate professional. He's really been Bryce's number one wide receiver for Bryce's entire time being here. So, but when he's saying something like this, and you have that veteran presence, I feel like people are listening to a player like Adam Thielen when he's saying stuff like this.
Well, you got to listen to a white boy that can do the gritty.
Oh boy, let me tell you, he can do the gritty.
Because he does it
He
every
can
time he
hit
can. He's
that
like, I can do the gritty. So I'm
gritty,
going to do
bro.
it every time I got a camera on me. I'm going to do the gritty. For me, it's not about what Adam Thielen is saying. It's about the fact that he's back. And the idea is, look, he came here, he got conned with the Frank Reich, all of that talk. You remember he comes in here, and then there was like some questions about like Panther fans were on him. He said something like he could have gone to, he was trying to go to Kansas City, and people were talking, I think there was a real opportunity for him. There's been a real opportunity for him to be cool or mild on the Panthers. And he feels like he wants to be here.
Oh, for sure.
And to me, I think that says it alone.
Okay.
Listen, I think that I've been speaking highly of Adam Thielen for a long time. I think he's a consummate pro, as we've talked about. I think he's important to this team, not just for like the production on the field, but I do think this dude is a leader, as you guys talked about. Like, I don't think that that's I don't think that that's something that is. I don't think it can be overstated how valuable that can be to a team of young players like we have right now, especially in the wide receiver core. You have a lot of guys that you're going to be relying on to be professionals at this stage in their career, and it's really early for them to be a leader in this environment right now. And so I think that having Adam Thielen take that pressure off their shoulders, take the pressure off of Tet, I think there's a lot of value in having a guy like that around. And same thing I had with Jadeveon Clowney. I don't think that we're better without him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that Adam Thielen, he has been known to say before is at the end of every season, he talks to his wife and he considers retiring. I mean, he's getting up there in age, right? So he has also come out and said that one of the big reasons why he decided to come back this season was because of Bryce Young. This is what he had to say.
Huge reason why I'm coming back is the way that he handled adversity, the way that he came back, and the way that he kind of took ownership of, this is what I need to do to help this team be successful, and I'm going to do it to the fullest of my ability. And for him to go out and do that week in and week out when he kind of came back and just continue to just exponentially grow and help this team that's a big reason why I'm coming back and excited to be here. And then to see what he's done this offseason, the confidence he came back with, same offense, same kind of play caller, quarterback coach, kind of that coaching staff that's around him, players around him that he has comfort with. You've just seen his maturity in the game of football, in the NFL, personally and professionally, grow at such a high level that it makes it really fun to be around. And my wife actually made a comment, and she's not obviously in the building, but she made a comment. She's like, man, really, Bryce is really, he's really coming to his own, just seeing his interviews and things like that. It just seems like he's in a really good place mentally. And as we all know, that's huge in sport and in life. So excited to see what he will do and how he can kind of help bring this team to the next level.
Adam Thielen on why he's coming back. A lot has to do with Bryce Young's continued growth or development, right? And I like to hear that is he has confidence in his quarterback, CK.
I mean, dude, I think that you see it on the side of the journalists that cover the Panthers. You see it on the fan base. Everybody is talking about how this feels like a different situation. We've said that before, and we have been burned. I want to make sure we preface this, because if somebody wanted to, they could go back and make a montage of every season where we say this feels different, right? But
I know I haven't said it yet.
Yeah, the reason what I
time.
love about seeing this from the media though is what I think is different. The media has not jumped on this, and we have people like Joe Person making things that it feels different, in the building now. And so I think that's exciting. And anytime you can have a team that is rallying around a young quarterback like Bryce Young, who had some struggles. You had Dave Canales talking about, something. I don't know if we have any of that clip, but he was talking about how, when he had to bench Bryce Young, or no, it was an article I think Joe Person wrote about Dave Canales showing up to Bryce Young's, his youth camp that he put together this year, and talking about how that they're mending their relationship after he had to bench Bryce last year. I don't know, man. I'm excited to see this team continue to develop a rapport, and it's starting to feel a lot like a team of superstars that maybe we haven't seen in a while, since the likes of Luke and Thomas and Cam and Greg and all those guys. So I'm excited, man. It definitely gets me. I'm heartened. I'll say that much.
I think having a player who is always kind of, wondering if it's their time. He has been thinking about when's the right time for him to leave the game.
Yeah.
And to be on a team that stunk. And I think after the first year in Carolina, he was like, this sucks.
Yeah. I feel like maybe he felt that he got sold a false bill of goods.
Yeah.
He
did what he didn't want.
Maybe he was saying we were going to be a Super Bowl contender. That he believes that we could be a real Super Bowl contender, and we were just not close to that.
I'm glad he's coming back because
around.
I'm glad he's coming back because I think that he deserves something positive out of his decision to come here.
There's been a constant CK and a message from him, but also we'll have a clip later about Dan Morgan. I watched a Rich Eisen. He went on the Rich Eisen show. We don't have the clip about Dan Morgan talking about this, but he just said, Dan Morgan said, man, we're tired of losing.
Yeah.
Tired of losing. And Adam Thielen said the same thing today. It's like, we ain't no losers no more. We don't want to be losers anymore. And when the management is saying that, for a fan, that really heartens me. I'm like, damn, bro, we get you more than anybody.
Yeah, man.
Because we have been losing. Like, this has been a long slog of losing for the Panthers. And the Panthers used to tease us with just being okay. Like, we're above 500, we're below 500, we're above 500. Like, it was every other year. Now it's just been a long stretch of fucking sucking.
It's been the longest stretch that we've ever experienced as a Panthers organization. There's never been a longer stretch of a playoff drought that we've experienced since in our entire history as a franchise. And so listen, I think we're due for things to turn around. Just if we were to look at the pure numbers of it all, I think we have things that should be coming in our favor as far as like at some point here in the next year or two, we should see us start to move towards actually being a playoff contender. But for going back to Adam Thielen, I don't want the end of his career being with Carolina and being just garbage.
Like forward.
You know what I mean? I just feel like he got the short end of the stick coming here, and he could have easily just retired. And I just want this dude to. I want to be a successful franchise because I'm a Panthers fan first and foremost. But I'm telling you, I want this for Adam Thielen to be able to go out as a winning team on a winning organization, knowing that he made a choice that wasn't wrong coming to the Carolina Panthers. And I really get the feeling this year is his last year. And I really think they're doing everything in their power to make this team better. And obviously they're going to making their team better, but I think that they're making a concerted effort to not just be improved, but be good. And that's
Cody,
what I like about this team.
Cody, there's going to be so many people. This might get me flack from people that are in the Panthers organization or have been in the Panthers organization. But when someone says to me, oh, it doesn't hurt us anymore. Now, a player, I will say a player. I'm not talking about players here. I'm talking about GMs. I'm talking about like, oh, this losing. We don't want to be losing anymore. It hurts us. It hurts us. Frank Wright, you made like $48 million. I've been doing this podcast for $8 a month. I'm telling you, this losing hurts. It hurts me, bro. And I'm sorry. Like, you could come back away and be like, Scott Fitter be like, oh, I didn't want to lose. And I know he didn't want to lose. I'm not saying he wanted to lose, but it hurt. Oh, I'm tired of losing. I'm tired. Guess what? These motherfuckers are tired of losing. I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of doing a podcast for $9 a month. I just inflated it. Just added my own dollar. Somebody give $1 up in the fucking super chat just to make that stat right. But damn, it has been what, 7
Well, you want to
years?
just play it? You want to play it, and then we'll take the.
No, this is just no. This is a. This is not that. This is a story. All right, so this is just a fun story. Rich Eisen. Dan Morgan went on the Rich Eisen show, and it was a long arc. This was a fun 15-minute clip. I watched it twice. One of the best parts is Rich Eisen loves like a little football history. And so he started with Dan Morgan in Miami. Dan Morgan was the first freshman to start in Miami since Ray Lewis. I think they made they made a big deal of it. Dan Morgan, like Andre Johnson, he talked about this. Hall of Fame wide receiver was on their scout team. As like on the scout team, like they had Willis McGahee on the scout team. Think about that. These mugs were stacked. But he goes on Rich Eisen, and Rich Eisen said, I work with Steve Smith. Give me a good Steve Smith story. And so that's what we're going to talk about right here. I would say this, Dan. I love you, Dan. You've done a great draft job. We got to get some drinks in them and loosen them up a little bit. But here we go. Dan Morgan on best story he remembers with Steve Smith.
On to my last question. Your favorite Steve Smith story. Let's go. Let's go, Dan. Let's roll.
Oh, man.
Come on now. I work with the man. I've been around him for a very long time. And I got to get one from you. Dan
all right,
Morgan.
I'll give you a funny one. Okay. So, you know Steve, obviously. Yes. He's a prankster.
Okay.
So we're in the locker room one day, and he dumps a bucket of ice over the bathroom stall onto Brandon Short, the former Penn State linebacker. Brandon did not like that, and he busted out of the stall, and I thought he was absolutely going to kill Steve. So, yeah, it was a pretty funny moment to where, there's what you don't see Steve kind of like, oh, man, maybe I made the wrong decision right there. You don't see him do that very often, but when Brandon came out of that stall, he busted out of there. Steve was like, I probably shouldn't have done that.
He showed off his Hall of Fame burst, is what you're saying.
He definitely did.
Hey, man.
Dan Morgan went on to say he will not watch the Super Bowl tape of them losing to the Patriots.
Can you blame him?
Watch it. And the idea of losing by a field goal.
Yeah.
Was crushing.
Especially to be the team on the field that could have stopped it. Like to be it'd be different if it was the offense that just didn't come out there and perform, but it was, if you want to not take if you want to take the blame off.
We can say give him the ball on the 40.
Yeah, I mean you can blame that, but
it's a little gift.
Yeah.
All right. What are we doing next? Calls?
Yeah, let's get some calls. Set it up.
The number is 252-228-5098. We want you to be part of the conversation. It's the C3 Panthers Podcast, the longest running Panthers podcast. It's our time to take some cat calls. Please tell us, what do you think of Panthers mini camps? Are the Panthers on the Glo-UP? What do you think about XL? Is he doing too much? Get out of my face. Let's go. 252-228-5098. Let's go.
So what are your thoughts on catcalling?
Yeah, it's pretty. You shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like.
Who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in his nose? Who's that kid that can use one?
Hey guys, John B. Jenkins here, calling in with your European League of Football update and the update on your favorite team in that league, the Panthers Wrocław. Well, the Panthers lost to the Prague Lions, ever-improving Prague Lions team. They were one of the worst teams last year and somehow put together a pretty good squad this year, but they lost 45-13 this past weekend. Panthers only got one win this season right now. They're currently 1-2. That win is against the Fehérvár and Throners of Hungary, and everyone in the world has beaten the Fehérvár and Throners, so that's not really saying much. Our next opponent will be the Cologne Centurions, who are 0-3 or 0-3. So I don't know, maybe we get a chance to get back in that win column, even out to 2-2. A little side note about the ELF, Tua Tagovailoa's little brother, Tulia Tagovailoa, was signed 2 weeks ago to the Hamburg Sea Devils. His first week wasn't that good, but his second week he lit it up, and the Sea Devils got their first victory on the year, or it might have been the second. Anyway, more Panthers news. Matt Corral and several former Panthers on the Birmingham Stallions squad lost to the Michigan Panthers in the USFL Conference Championship game in the UFL. First time that Birmingham will not be representing the USFL in that championship game, but it was fun to watch some former Panthers players out there. Even Deonta Brown, Blastoise, as Cody used to like to call him, was out there, and he ended up getting injured. But Corral did put up a decent showing, but he did some Corral things. Moving on down south, the Osos de Monterrey in La Liga de Football Americana Profesional. They got their first loss. They went up against the Mexicas of Mexico City. There were two undefeated teams, and the Mexicas ended up winning out on that one. And last, before I leave, I want to say happy birthday to my son Jack. He turned 12 today. I want to give his little YouTube channel a plug. He is a hockey player, but he's trying to figure out how to play basketball, and he's started up a YouTube channel called Jack Hoops 83. So go check that out and give him a subscribe and give him some love. But anyway, that's all I got for today's call-in. As always, guys, keep pounding Carolina Panthers, keep pounding Panthers Wrocław, and keep pounding C3 Panthers Podcast. John B. Jenkins out. Love you.
Happy birthday to you. Jack. Oops. What's it? 82 or 32? Oh God.
He'll give us he'll put it in the chat.
Somebody
put it in the chat. He's here. I saw him there earlier. He'll put it in the chat.
Slow it down. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Jax Hoops 82.
Happy birthday. Sorry.
To you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
83. Oh, God, we're fucking everybody up. Jax Hoops 83. All right, one last two.
John B. Shout out,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jax Hoops 83 on YouTube. Happy birthday, CK.
Happy birthday
to you. There it is. There you go. Let's go to the next call. Also, he gave your boy a big shout out. Like MVP
Matt Corral. He said he did some Matt Corral things.
Yeah, man, dude. Shout out to Matt. I hope he gets a chance in the league one day. He's got that cannon. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, bro. He always had that.
Did you just say you tried to do your XL?
Yeah, tell y'all, bro. Tell y'all, bro. Like, Matt Corral got a cannon on him, bro.
And you, bro.
All right, two more. Hey, man, we don't have too many calls. If y'all want to jump in, 252-228-5098.
CK, Tony Dunn, Cody Lack, the C3 Legion.
What's up, brother?
What up, everybody? It's the Hope Devil checking in on the Tuesday real quick. Hope everybody's doing all right out there. Hey, first and foremost, man, before we get into it with the Panthers, how about Shaq Thompson, man, getting a one-year deal with the Bills, man? I'm so happy for Shaq. You know, he did things the right way here in Carolina, man, so I hope he balls out and stays healthy this season. Now, there's something that I wanted to just mention, man, as the workouts and everything, continue to go on in the NFL. I was thinking, y'all, we have a really young team. And this young team, I think when it comes to expectations, I think we need to realize that there's going to be some growing pains, especially at the skilled positions. Not only that, but we got a young coach. Canales, this is still only his third year calling plays. So I think it's going to take some patience. I think we have to do our best to temper expectations. Even with Bryce, Bryce, as this is his third year, he's actually going to be considered one of the older guys now. When you look at all of our skill position players, the majority of them are young guys. So I think it just proves it's important for Bryce to show leadership early. But anyway, y'all, it's the Hope Dealer checking in real quick. Everybody stay patient out there, man. Be hopeful. And just remember that no matter what, keep pounding, baby. I'm out.
Keep
Later.
pounding, brother.
Word. Speaking of, he brought up Shaq Thompson signed with Buffalo Bills. Great opportunity.
Yes,
Talk
he
about
did.
that right there. Carolina Panthers, plenty of people have had questions about their depth and what they're going to be doing at that traditional linebacker spot. Shaq Thompson, a first-round pick for the Carolina Panthers back in 2015, I believe. Yeah, going in their Super Bowl year, played a lot of Buffalo nickel. Had to kind of wait his time, then struggle with injury. One of those guys who had his best seasons a little later than us fans would want them to be, but really was a tried and true Panther blue guy. Stuck through a lot of not only adversity but coaching changes. And the Panthers decided it was like we're moving in a different direction. Cody, I saw a lot of people talking about, it's good enough to sign on a playoff team, but not good enough to be on the Carolina Panthers. I feel like this can be a win-win for everybody, though.
How so?
Hey, is that the Panthers can move in a direction of growth and moving on. And Shaq Thompson could be a player that could contribute on a team that's established. Right. And here's the thing is trying to think of another player that would be a great example. Maybe Austin Corbett. Jadeveon Clowney kind of would be like this a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, they're the best player at that exact moment. If we're going to go play Sunday, they're the best player to play on that Sunday, but not for the next 12 or 14 or 36 Sundays for you.
And also, by the way, this has a ton to do with Brandon being up there and him being a part of the crew that originally drafted Shaq Thompson. Look, man, that's the Panthers North. You know what I'm saying? Keep rumbling, right? So they love their Panthers players. I feel like that's the destination for Panthers players once they leave this team. And let's be real, this would probably be his final season playing football, or at least just getting to be that point. This would be his 10th NFL season. So, I don't know, man. I wish him the best of luck, except for if he were to play us. We don't play Buffalo, right?
We do.
Yeah, we do play Buffalo. Okay.
We do.
At home.
Yeah, so let's not have Bryce throw the ball to him, and then I think he'll be doing good, man. But shout out to him. He busted his ass here for a very long time. Very grateful for Shaq and what he was able to do. I think we missed an opportunity to move him around a little bit more. Coming out of college, he was that versatile player. They used him a bunch of different places while he was at Washington. I wish we would have done that a little bit more with him. But shout out to Shaq, man.
All right, let's keep going through the calls. The number is 252-228-5098.
Did I play this one?
Hey, fellas, this is Michael Wydrick calling
What up, Mike?
into the show. Man, I just can't wait to get this season started, boys. Like, man, hearing all this stuff about Bryce Young jabbing with JC Horn and getting everything ready, boys, I think we're going to have a good season this year. And mark my words, I will be the happiest Panther fan if we make it to the playoffs this year. Mark my words on that. Keep pounding.
Well, mark his words.
Mark
if
everybody's
you
words.
are going to be happier than he is, send us $5. I don't know. I feel like we're all going to be the happiest, but yes. Good Lord. Can we make the playoffs? Dan Morgan was on Rich Eisen and he said, what's your goal? He said, our goal is to win the NFC South, to get a home playoff game, and to be in this, get to the Super Bowl, be Super Bowl contenders. And I think that's the pathway for every team. And that's what you got to say is win our division, be the best fucking team we can be, but win our division and let's get in them playoffs, give our fans a home playoff game, and we will all be the happiest fans that you can be.
Dude, shout out to Will Horsley, who just gifted 10 C3 Panthers Podcast memberships to some lucky people in the chat. Will Horsley, thank you, brother. You are the man, dude. Appreciate you, man.
All right, let's hit that next call, brother.
Two more.
Oh, man, I'm at work. This is Mario. What's going on, C3? Just real quick.
Mario, what's up?
Minicamp. I'm glad everything is coming along. I'm glad my Panther fans enjoying all of the improvements that we've been hearing about. The one that I was looking at myself was JT Sanders. I left a comment on somebody's video, but it was like, who do you think is going to be the underdog or most improved? I was saying since we got Tedero, I call him T-Row on the outside and Leggett on the other side, and Thielen either coming underneath, and throw a little bit of horn and everything like that. The open middle of the field should be open for JT Sanders, and on defense, there should be something. I'm hearing a lot of shots of Smith Wade, so yeah, just real quick, I'm enjoying everything, just seeing improvements. I want to see what people are doing in year two. Nobody's talking about Trevor Wallace, linebacker. Wonder what he's going to do. And rookies, hopefully they can make a splash. Hopefully from our defensive ends we get about 5 sacks minimum from them. That would be dope. But yeah, man, just enjoying improvement. It's Mario. Might call back.
Thank you, Mario.
Appreciate you, Mario.
Longest running Panthers podcast as we are here. All right, man.
Thank you, brother.
I'm gonna start doing my videos probably pretty soon. Coming back out. All right, peace.
Peace and love, bro.
Thank you. Great call. Great call. One of the things I read on the mailbag, giant mailbag on Panthers.com with Darren Gant, it was like 20 questions, and I read all of it. I was like, gosh, I usually be so tired of this. He said that he asked what he should say. Like, should he write about Tataroa McMillan? His mom said, I named him, like, Ted T-Mac. She said, I named him Tataroa.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, he after that said, I'm just going to call him by his government name.
Tataroa. I think it's a strong name. I like it, man. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's rock.
All right, last one. Unless y'all want to call in, drop some more calls. This is the final one.
What's going on? It's me, C-Dog 1983 TV.
C-Dog, what's up, brother?
Great day today. Whenever you come in here, can you please hit the like button? Can you please subscribe to this great content? The C3 Podcast is the longest running Panthers podcast on YouTube. They do go live every Tuesday. They got a free for all every Friday. They got the game simulation during the season on Saturday, and they got a game recap during the season on Sunday. But fourth is Jair Alexander talk and the Jermaine Pratt. I would rather have Jermaine Pratt. I wouldn't mind pick him up, you know. But besides that, I wouldn't pick up Jair, you know. I would just go play the young guys, you know. Just my personal opinion. I think we're good unless they want to pick up another safety, you know. But Jair isn't the safety, so I don't know. We'll see, man. I'm just ready for the preseason to get started, man, and everything. I'm really ready for the season. I'm ready for the season to get started, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll see, man. I'm just excited, man. You know, because I feel like everybody else feel about Bryce and turning it around and everything. I'm not a Bryce Young fan, you know. So I'm just ready for the season to start, man. See what this defense gonna do, you know. All the upgrades we made on defense. I'm a defensive person, so I love the defense upgrades we have. So we'll see. It's exciting times right now in Carolina, you know, from getting over Matt Rule and Frank White bullshit and Tepper trying to do, you know, be like Dre Jones and all that bullshit. It's just like a breath of fresh air, man, you know, with Dan Morgan being a GM these last 2 years. And even Canales, you know, everybody been on the same page, you know, how it should be. But, man, whenever you come in here, man, hit the like button. Please subscribe to the content. C3 Podcast is the longest running Panthers podcast on YouTube, you know. Hope everybody have a great day. And if anybody going to be at a week 1 game, I will be at the week 1 game if anybody want to hang out. Chill.
Interesting.
But, C-Dog 1983 out. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding, brother. Shout out C-Dog, man. That's one of the most dedicated members of the Legion, man.
Right there.
I think we need to give him a different name. This is the brand ambassador. C-Dog needs to be like the brand defender or something. You know what I'm saying? Because he's always shouting out the content, always telling people to subscribe. He's like the walking promo, you know. He's the homie, man.
Yeah,
always
he's
on
always
free for all.
He's always doing the shame for everybody since we don't normally do that anymore.
Yeah, well, I think that's during the season, and we'll hit up on the subscriber shames. But yeah, boys, let's jump into the show. So y'all remember, you know, a couple of weeks ago we were talking about all the things that lined up for a Panthers Super Bowl appearance. You know, Ohio State winning the championship the year before, opening with Jacksonville, then, you know, Jennifer Lopez getting divorced. Well, a lot of people are saying that there's one more thing that needs to happen, because in 2015, everybody remembers the famous fight between Cam Newton and Josh Norman. Well, let's just say this Carolina Panthers team is starting to have that same energy with one another, man. J.C. Horn and Bryce Young have been talking hella shit to one another, going back and forth. I love this energy. I feel like this is a part of what Adam Thielen is talking about when he says that there is a new energy and that, you know, they're tired of the losing. They want to get back to their winning ways. Can I just tell you how much I love the idea of a pissed off, shit talking Bryce Young? I need that in my life, boys. if I'm ever going to be a full-time Bryce believer, then that's what I want, man. That's what I need to see from Bryce.
Yeah.
JC as well.
Well, I mean, the chirping, I like this. As for me, the best part about this video was not about Bryce Young talking chirp chirp. I feel like JC, because of his injuries, because of all the pressure of everything, has always been sort of guarded.
Yeah.
And I feel like he is letting a little bit more behind the curtain.
Well, that I think he also got his contract, so I think he's he doesn't have to feel as reserved. I think that offers a lot more freedom to people, and so I'm hoping that's a positive thing. But yeah, Cody, I agree. I think I like to hear the things that you hear from Dave Canales here and JC Horn there and what have you. So I'll let you roll the clip here.
Yeah, man, this is Dave Canales talking about the jawing back and forth between Bryce Young and JC Horn.
You know, honestly, he gets really animated, and particularly if you're talking about sports, like he loves talking about NBA basketball, you know, college sports during the season when we're going, you know, when we're out here on the field, you know, he just has that.
He's the nicest dude ever.
I don't know what, he just has a defiance to him, and that's just kind of his way of competing, you know. He's not super animated with it, but he definitely thrives off of that, feeds off of that energy, you know, and he takes his, you know, chances when he can, because JC's trying to bait him into throwing the ball over there, you know. So
we are now in the era of the shit talking Bryce Young. How y'all feel about this?
Dude, I tell you, I told you from the from last year and the year before, I didn't like the fact that he seemed so reserved and unwilling to you know, do something that made me feel like he was incredibly confident in himself. And I just don't think that got the same energy for Bryce Young right now. The way he handles even the press conferences, he's like taking control of them the moment he comes in. You know, he finds a way to keep the, you know, like we talked about, the back and forth with JC Horn. I mean, JC Horn is, you know, one of the best cornerbacks in the league based on you know, how he's performed on the field when he's been healthy. And so you know, for him to be talking back and forth and chirping with him and not being almost afraid of any engagement with the guy to, you know, make him look bad, I think that's pretty awesome.
The chirp. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Look, as we want Bryce, everybody's kind of waiting. I won't say everybody. I am. I'm always waiting for, not waiting. I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I just know this is you can be a big ass, badass motherfucker. You can win the Heisman. You can win. You can do all these different things and step up into your man body. And it's not size and strength. All of a sudden I expect him to be 6'4", but like you become a man. Like you feel like you're a man when you're 20, right? When you were 20 years old, Did you feel like a man? Did you feel like you were a man when you were 22? I did. But like when you're 27, 28 or whatever life events happens, you become a man. And that's what I think with the NFL is like you can be a big boy up in that, but you become a man. And while Bryce was of little stature, I'm not asking him to become a big stature, but you grow up. And I'm not saying he was immature either. That's not my point. It's like you grow into your body, you grow into yourself.
Dude, so doing the work that I do, right? You know, I basically had for the past 3 months to train people that were new, and doing the job that I do, it's like a foreign language if you've never done this type of work. To try to understand how things work, how to say the certain things, understand rules and regulations, things like that, right? And when I'm telling you the difference between somebody in their first year and the difference in somebody between their third year is substantial. And I don't think that that's unique to my industry. I think that can be any, Tony, your year one teacher to year where you're, what is it?
Right.
Year
15
of teaching is significantly different. Like, I don't even think it would hold a candle to that first 2 or 3 years that you were together. You were doing it.
The energy, I won't say the passion. It's not even the passion,
But
the energy, but
you know what you're doing.
Yes, and then you can start to look at it from a deeper. That's my thing.
You stop looking at a checklist to answer all the things you need, and you start creating your own way of doing things.
Right.
And I think that you basically have your own personality in everything that you're doing. And I think that is something that we're starting to see with Bryce Young.
They talk about the game slowing down. Right, for guys, right? Like where football slows down. Like, because it's so fast. You're just more comfortable. It's not that the game is slowing down. You're just more comfortable. You look at it, you are looking at it instead of 3 inches in front of your face. You're looking at it 2 feet. Like, you get to see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And that's what we need. Last year was such a big year for Bryce Young growing into that, because Rich Eisen said that to Dan Morgan when they were talking about the benching. It was like, we all thought his career was over, and the fact that he can come back now with that slowed down perspective, incredible.
Yeah, man. The game is starting to slow down for him. Hopefully, we have to see him continue to build off of what he did last year. It's a big time year for him. Even though we paid him, I still think it's a big time year for J.C. Horn. I think he needs, we just had that discussion about is he or is he not worthy of that?
No, there ain't no big year for him. He could be.
Yeah, he is. No, I don't give a fuck about that goddamn paycheck.
Oh my
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking. No, dude, the PFF had him ranked the 25th. They had him the 25th ranked corner. I don't want fine. I want best corner in the fucking NFL. That's what I want. And I'm not selfish for that, dude. I think he has the potential
let's hope
to
he
be
wants
that
too.
Why would he not?
My ass would be like, I'm paid. I'm taking a vacation.
Dude, I would not respect anyone who just got paid and then just slacked off. Get the fuck off my team. I want you to be.
That's why we don't make any money. That's why you guys don't pay us on this podcast, because we're like, oh God, if this podcast made $10,000 a year, Tony would be like, I'm out. I'm kidding.
All right, no, you're not either. All right, let's move on. Rounding up to the end here. So there was this website, and this columnist ranked all the defenses in the NFL and had Carolina at 30. So the Carolina Panthers tried to spend even more on defense in free agency, but Milton Williams turned them down. At the very least, adding playmaking safety Trayvon Ward by standout corner J.C. Horn provides some optimism. Plus, Carolina is getting back Derek Brown. Pretty much mentions all the stuff, but they would later go on to say that, we still should have drafted defense at number 8 instead of drafting a wide receiver with our first pick. Do you think, obviously we're hoping for better than 30, but is this a fair assessment of looking at the Panthers defense as it is right now?
Oh,
I just don't, we haven't earned it. You know what I mean? I think I don't think we could be mad about it.
Okay. I don't know what else anybody else should. I don't know. Like, you can't be mad about anything. We should be 31, to be honest.
I don't know if we should be past 32 at this point. Like, I think 32 is pretty. If it was 32, I wouldn't be mad. It's the same thing with like ranking Bryce Young at the beginning of last season, ranking him number 30 in the league as far as quality of quarterback, right? it's not lost on me that would be that it wouldn't be something that would surprise me if we were being ranked dead last. That's all I'm trying to say.
I mean, dead last.
I'm not gonna get upset about it. I don't know. Like, I have no idea what we're gonna be.
It seems like Cincinnati's
I hope
trying
we're
to be
not gonna
worse.
be 30. But no,
Yeah.
like, all right. So all right, Cody.
Yeah.
Tell us why we should be more upset. And look, it's not. I don't think we're gonna be 30 this year.
I mean,
think
the
we're
bottom
gonna
five
take
defense.
I think we're gonna take a step forward. But we were the worst fucking defense in the history of the fucking world. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, and like what did you do?
It's not really
Tell me what you
outright.
did. Derek Brown comes back. That helps.
Tershawn Wharton, Bobby Brown III. You got Patrick Jones.
People
Patrick Jones, an outside linebacker.
Other people didn't want.
No, that just did not. That's not always how free agency
people
is.
did not want those players.
That is not true at all.
Okay.
They all had a market.
Bobby Brown.
And Carolina offered the best deals.
It's my prerogative to tell you that this list, we need to defy the list.
Basically what I'm saying is if we're bottom five, dude, that's fireable offenses for sure for a Giro Rivero. But I mean, even more so, man. It's like if we're in the bottom five after being as bad as we were, after making the additions that we've made, I don't know, man. It's hard to know how many more pieces we're going to need to make this defense fulfilled, and finally be that type of squad that we're looking for. So, I mean, not really that it's wrong. It's just it better not be fucking 30. That's absurd. And by the way, I don't know if any of y'all are following the Cincinnati Bengals, but dude, they are actively trying to destroy every relationship that they've had with every player they have to sign. They're trying to put this brand new clause in Shamar Stewart's contract that they've never put in any other rookie contract ever before. So he's still not signed. He's publicly kind of talking down on the organization. They let go of Jermaine Pratt when he had no market value. Didn't trade Trey Hendrickson. Dude, the Bengals are a dumpster fire right now.
I don't understand why. Why does it feel like they make things so much harder on themselves? It's so wild to me.
Dude, every single person they have to sign, they always end up kicking the can down the road, pissing off the player. That whole locker room is on the side of Shamar Stewart right now.
All right, and so let's go to the next topic.
We have one more call from
more topics.
We have one more call from Mario.
We can talk about that during our ISUPs or around the NFL because there's a lot to talk about. I have a lot of questions about that. Like why, and I am with you, Cody. I'm not only with you, I watched the video of him talking to the media today. The media. I said the media. Oh my God. Tony, get it together. The media. Talking to the media today, and you were like, this is bananas. We got to be with them. So let's go.
Yeah, one more call.
What's going on, C3? Mario again. Just wanted to ask real quick. Any of y'all boys in, well, I know one of y'all, I think it's Greensboro. Any of the other two? Any of y'all in Charlotte, man?
Yes, sir.
Y'all gotta do like a live podcast in front of the stadium or something, man. Enjoy watching you guys for years. But, just wanted to call back real quick. Say something. Congrats on all the years, and I've been watching y'all. I can't remember everybody. I just remember Joe Riolano, I think was the other guy. Used to have another.
Shout out to freaking Puerto Rican.
Talk about the cap and stuff all the time. But yeah, I just remember those days. We've been doing it for a long time. That was when I was in Virginia, and now we're here in Carolina representing. So Bryce Young is speaking of quarterback. He's improving, man. Year 3, time to shine. let's see what we can do, man. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully we surprise the league. I'm hoping with a minimum 10 wins. You know what I'm saying? I got high expectations for us, so. And you know, as long as we're healthy, that's the key thing. We just got to get there healthy, no injuries. I believe in us. We're cooking. We're cooking with something good, and it's a little quiet right now. You hear a little murmurs around the league of how we're doing and stuff like that, but it's definitely about to change. All right, I'm out, man. Keep pounding. Y'all keep doing your thing. That's fair. So ain't nobody else calling. I might call back. I'll get y'all relaxation on Tuesday. I'm working. If you hear me moving.
Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Mario. We're definitely going to be doing another live pod at FanFest, which is August the 2nd. I need to see when FanFest tickets
if you don't text me that hotel information,
dude, I don't know where.
I'm ready. I gotta get it.
Go to the same one that y'all were at before.
All right. Is that what? Text me so I can.
Yeah, because then that way we can.
CK,
yeah,
where are you staying?
Then we can all go to the same hotel and chill.
It's so expensive though.
Yeah,
CK, just send it. I got.
Dude, there is like 1 million hotels in Charlotte.
No.
Yeah, there is.
Yes, there are, but there are not 1 million hotels that are close to you. CK, just tell me right away which one I need to book. I got it. No, not right now. Not on air.
Book.
No, text me immediately because I'm terrible about this, bro. I'm the mug that's like, oh, where we staying at? I haven't thought about any of this shit. I'm actually trying to book the hotel for myself. CK, please just tell me where I gotta book it at. In the text or a chat somewhere. All right, Cody, where are we going next?
Yeah, man.
It's over. We gotta get. Now I won't say we gotta get out of here. Who is this motherfucker?
Hey, you better learn this motherfucker. This is the Panthers' brand new kicker, baby.
Oh my God! Ryan
Fitzgerald, 5 for 5 on field goals, including long bombs from 48, 53, and 58 yards, and did it on the tighter goalpost in practice. Boys, it may not be a thicker kicker, but it's Fitzgerald. Maybe it can be our Irish kicker, if you know what I'm saying. You know, I just want I just want a dependable kicker. It's been too long since we have had that. We need a dependable kicker.
Agreed.
Yeah, duh. We need a dependable kicker. You know what? I sign up. If this is what dependable kickers look like, white ass kids, it could be an accountant.
With fire red hair.
Right. Next. That's bananas. And it's a perfect segue to that's bananas. The Savannah bananas.
Yeah, man. I've just now learned about who the Savannah bananas are.
They're the fucking Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
Yeah.
It's awesome. On stilts, double trick plays. It's incredible.
So just about every single Panther player. So for those of y'all who don't know, the Savannah Bananas pack the stadium more than the Carolina Panthers do.
They sold that thing out.
Dude, not even once. They did it twice. They sold the stadium out 2 nights in a row. They're putting baseball to shame. They're even putting some football to shame. And they do not play by normal baseball rules. Like Greg Olson was the honorary first baseman. You know what I mean? Like they're just having fun.
From your Carolina Panthers,
See, Greg Olson, who spent 9 years out of his 14-year
here with the Panthers and joins us on the broadcast. Greg.
What's up? I've never been more nervous. He better not hit this ball to me.
Oh, that ball is pieced. That's not to you, that's to the seats.
I thought I was going to have to do a double cut.
Reese Hampton, his second homer of the ball game. Party Animals bringing the boom here in the fourth. I think the problem is normally you were on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, this. Oh, I mean, I get. Oh,
no.
That was my moment.
I know.
That was my moment. All right, go again. I'm going again. But I gotta wait.
No. The whole game is on YouTube, Kristen. So if you want to watch it, you sure can.
Pro Bowler in 7 of his 8 years in the NFL. And misses just a bit up.
They had Andy Dalton throwing footballs at people.
Dude, I saw the dodgeball.
Rushing yard represents the inning-tying run for the Nanners. A ball and a strike on Jackson Olsen. Bounces one to short. It got backhanded between the legs. Third trick play of the ball game. As Jonathan Stewart advances to third. 2 outs now. Well, it was good base running and aggressive as well from Jonathan Stewart. And now you see Jonathan Stewart running through the backstop behind home. Oh my gosh! He put the ball in play, and Jonathan Stewart scores the inning-tying run in the Pittsburgh Bananas.
So, they're having more fun over there than the Panthers have had in recent years, man. Even looked at former Panther players were having more fun. Dude, look at that. Can we dream where the stadium is that filled up again, but with nothing but Panthers fans? God, I can dream, right?
You can dream, dude.
Dream.
All right, what's that? Are we done, or is that all?
Damn, Tony, you ready for bed? You're old as fuck.
No,
man,
my daughter is texting me right now, coming here unexpectedly, trying to
mess up the whole
I don't
pod.
know what's going on.
Dang, man, what's with daughters, man? All right, no, that is indeed it for the show, man. That is our final slide. The only thing we have left.
I have a bunch of shit to talk about still. Not really, but damn.
Well, you're the one wanting to go, man. What you want to do?
I'm distracted.
What you trying to do?
A 12-year-old being like,
Yeah.
how does a 12-year-old throw you off your game more than anybody? How about that?
Shouldn't have had a 12-year-old.
About that? I also have more than one kid, so it's just one of them that's texting me during the show, probably. But Jesus Christ,
well,
I love you. Jesus.
We only have one more segment, and that is to tell someone to toughen up and get their act together. Our homage to Steve Smith. It's time to ice some fools up.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
It's our time to ice someone up. Tell them to tough it up to get it together. I'm off my game so much. Your kids will throw you. You know what? Ice up my fucking children. That's what I want to say. Ice up them. No, it's our homage to Steve Smith, where we tell someone to ice up, toughen up to get it together. Everyone is fair game. Your family, your friends, yourself, no one you know, politics, whatever. It's our time where we step outside the podcast and we tell someone to ice up, toughen up to get it together, and maybe watch somebody accidentally die on the internet. Also, a very fun ice up to me. Cody Lack, let's go.
I got a couple, so I need one of y'all to go first while I pull all of mine up.
Okay. All right. So hold on.
Mine aren't screen shares, so.
All right. Here, I got one here. My first one. I'm gonna do a quick one, and it not a quick one, a very important one to me. Last week we were talking about J-Lo. Right. And it's like kind of like, let's continue to build off of each podcast. You were talking about J-Lo, this and that. And I said, turn around. Right. And it was beautiful. So there's a lot of flack on the internet for this girl being the swimsuit model.
Oh, hang on. Oh, shit, dick. Homegirl got them yams. What's up?
So there is, it's kind of like 70-30 about the internet not loving her, this or that. I don't know what to say about this. Actually, I know exactly what I would say. Yes.
Why do they not love her, dude? That's the perfect.
Well, no, there's
woman.
a group of people that think she's too fat.
Fat. Oh, fuck them.
Right. No, she's fat.
They can't handle all that woman. That's what it is. That's all that is. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know.
I sub over.
They wouldn't know what to do with all that meat, bro.
I agree with all of your words that you just said. I agree with every word. I have no disagreement. But I will say this, is that for the people that are upset or like she's too big to be in swimsuit issue or whatever, I would just say look at her beautiful face. Like her beautiful aura first. Because I was not looking at that at first. I was with Cody at first, right? So, I mean, like, I don't know. Just to piggyback off of last week. When I say piggyback, I want to Oh, actually, that sounds terrible. I would be behind that joint in a minute. Number one. But look, she's a beautiful woman. And good Lord. What'd you say? If you don't like it.
Yeah, it just means you can't handle all that.
You can't handle it, bro.
Yeah, man, that's some prime rib right there, man. That's some bro. That's some brother.
I ain't even tell you who sent me that. I was like this. I was like, I'm not gonna look at it.
Brother, that is some A5.
Get me in trouble. This gonna get me in trouble.
That is some
there's no
A5 Wagyu beef right there, bro. CK, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. Mine's going back to a bit political, but so I don't really care what your, I don't mean this like in an aggressive way. I mean, whatever your opinion is on ICE raids and immigration, deportation, and all that stuff. I think I don't have anything to go along with this just because we would certainly get demonetized by some of the things that I would have to show, such as CNN and everything. But the amount of people that are, again, just peaceful protests with big quote unquote peaceful protests. This idea. So there was the mayor of Los Angeles on CNN and being asked about the National Guard being deployed by Donald Trump into Los Angeles to help protect the ICE agents that were doing their lawful duty, at least according to, many people who believe that the law should be upheld. They used her own sheriff or her own deputy police chief in his statements of saying that they're overwhelmed and it's just disaster and all this stuff, when she was saying there's nothing going on. There is no, it's only a few streets that these protests are taking place on, but her own officers are literally saying that they're overwhelmed and it's disgusting, everything that's going on. So I'm icing up those people who have the mindset that that because you don't like a law that you have the right to burn down buildings or burn down people's vehicles or anything like that. So I'm icing those people up.
Throwing rocks at cars. Now they're looting businesses. It's like you lose all your moral high ground for any, reasons you might have had to be protesting. When you do shit like that, man, you're actually hurting the people that you claim to be helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absurd. Tony, you want me to just power run mine?
Nah, well.
Or you want to do some more? Yeah, go ahead.
I got one for you. I mean,
Yeah, do your thing.
Hold on.
Because I'm just going to do all mine back to back to back.
All right. Well, look, let me just do this one real quick. I might do one more while you're in between. Lord, share screen. This just made me insane.
What?
Nope, you're stopping. It's not even close. You're stopping. You don't have to put the whole tube in your mouth again. Just wrap your lips right here and seal it. So don't open your mouth like that. Just too big? Yeah, way too big. All right, just put it in your lower. Just put your lips right there. Don't open your mouth. Just put your lips right there.
I feel dehydrated.
I know. Right there. Don't open your mouth. You don't have to open your mouth like that. Right there.
It's a reflex.
You have to be way longer than that. All right. Just like.
I don't know what kind of police officer. I don't know if it's the police officer doing this, whatever. I was like, that's the way to get out of any DUI. But like, I'm trying to do this breathalyzer, sir, but on the wrong part of you.
You think that was intentional, or is she just that stupid or that drunk?
Or it's all
or all
fake.
three? Or it's
on
all
the
three of
internet
them?
is fake.
All right, man. I'm just gonna run through mine real quick. Ice up to dude for just like literally wanting to get the job done and optimizing efficiency over quality. It doesn't even cut him the same way. It makes me wonder what country it's even in, because it's definitely not in America. That is not an Italian eatery. Next, we're going to be icing up a girl who, how the hell did you fall backward while running forward? Watch homegirl in the red. Watch. Oh!
What in the world?
Oh, she just fell back.
Sheesh.
Oh, that's a
something.
torn.
I was about to say something broke. Something like snapped on that knee or her Achilles or something. That's a lot of woman to be sprinting at that heavy that pace right there.
Yeah, ice up. I'm gonna give it to her. She was moving fast for a girl her size, man.
Oh,
she
dude,
was,
no doubt, bro. She had
she was
some
moving.
explosiveness. The problem is the explosiveness came from when her ligament shot through her leg.
Yeah. So this is sort of in the same vein as what CK was talking about. There's a guy on Twitter who was doxing ICE agents. Like he was reporting to rioters where they were staying, where these ICE agents were staying. So the internet got wind of this. And then all of a sudden, they started doxing him. I recently discovered several posts containing my family's name and home address. This is unacceptable behavior and violates our privacy. Be warned, if anyone appears at my residence with harmful intentions, I am legally entitled to use deadly force. So now he's really worried. Then he decided to issue a formal apology after everyone was doxing him so hard that he had to put out a formal apology. But turns out that didn't matter too much because the man who was doing it, his name is Jack Quellen. He was the one who ran the account, and apparently he has a long rap sheet, like a super long history, and a judge issued a warrant for his arrest. So listen, man, a lot of y'all want to get involved in activism and all kinds of shit. Bro, sometimes it's just not worth your livelihood. Ice up, son. And that's it for me.
Ice up.
You're listening to the C3 Panthers Podcast, the longest running Panthers podcast. Every Tuesday night, we chop up the longest. I don't even know what I'm saying. My kid's texting me right now. I got all this shit going on in the background. We chop up the latest Panthers news and perspective. I don't
opinions.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't even know what to say, bro. My kid got me crazy. My dogs are barking in the background. I got people outside my house I don't even know about. I'm jacked up right now. Anyway,
hey, go beat some ass, dude.
No, I'm not gonna beat nobody. I can't beat a 12-year-old's ass. Who's my own
I'm talking about those people you don't know outside your house, dog.
It should. I'm gonna pull them pants down and go pop, 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 pop. Like they, you know what? That might teach them the real lesson. Nah, we here every Tuesday night having fun, doing what we do. Look, we got a couple of things going around big time. We're trying to, Cody's going to bring us
Wesley Walls. Hopefully this Tuesday we will have Wesley Walls. He's down to come on the pod. That ought to be an incredible interview. And Tony, you're doing giveaways, right?
Yes, we are. On Tuesday, every third Tuesday, we're going to be doing a Panthers giveaway. Now, this is just one part of a Panthers swag bag, but this is not just a Panthers logo. It is metal, number one, like real deal, but historically pulled off the walls of Bank of America. I went in there like a crazy man and ripped it off. No. It's been salvaged. This was salvaged from Bank of America Stadium after their renovations. So this is a historic piece of Panthers memorabilia. You go to @cat_chronicles. Look at the pinned tweet. Let me drop the link in there real quick, Cody, so they can get the most entries into it. This is the best way. Like if you want to win this, you click this link and you do these things, because I pay for this, paid a bunch of money for this tracking thing. So like if you do the things, you get more entries into it. So you click that link, you do the things that says, which is repost, click, but it's tracking you, and hopefully it's verifying you, and you're gonna get that swag back.
Yes, sir.
That's all I got. I mean, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm being pulled 7. My dog's barking in the background.
Well, go do your thing, brother. Let's get the hell out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Go, brother. C3 Panthers Podcast. Cody Light. That's Cody Dizzle Allen. That's the Professor Tony Dunn. Until this Friday at 7 p.m. for the free for all. That is it for the C3 Panthers Podcast. C3 Legion. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding.